Hello everybody, welcome to Los Angeles, back to the house. For those of you who've been following me and Maggie for many years will be familiar with this setting, but some of you from the bike trip will be like, wow, what a difference in setting in this place in Los Angeles. But this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I feel having officially called the bike trip to a close and being back in Los Angeles, just how I feel about it all. Starting with what does it feel like to no longer be biking? It's nice. I like it. It's a good change of pace for sure. There's an anxiety and level of stress that has been lifted from me because living on a bicycle, even though there's so many benefits that I can talk about, the freedom, the nature, the movement. No, Maggie. Oh, there she goes, back in the pool. Even though we're about to get in the car to go drive to Santa Barbara to my cousin's wedding, I guess she's getting wet first. Living on a bicycle full time and carrying all your own stuff and not knowing where you're ever going to sleep and sleeping in weird places, there's just a little level of stress and anxiety that has to always be there because your life is so not secure and every day is different and anything could happen. So you always just have to be on guard to this certain degree. And now not being on the bicycle, not having to worry about where my stuff is, waiting for it outside of a grocery store when I just leave Maggie and everything outside, or all those little things, getting a flat tire, those aren't worries to me anymore because I don't need to be living on a functional bike all the time. I can spread my stuff out. I can have a couple more shirts and things like that. So I am definitely just less stressed. There's a little sense of relief that exists now that feels really good still, having only been a week now here in the States. Even though I'm going back to Costa Rica probably very soon. That'll be a part of this video. But so that feels amazing. Physically it feels amazing because I'm not like lugging around a 150-pound bicycle, so that's really nice on my body that I haven't been doing that bending over and the stress on my back. bless me. Salud. What else is there that feels good? Having a blender, having a freezer, having the kitchen, just going back into domesticated life. A part of why I love the savageness of bike life is that I know how sweet it was going to be to return back to having a few more creature comforts like I have now, and that's been amazing. Enjoying the domesticated life a little bit versus nomadic life. Downsides, here are the downsides. I'm someone who likes to be living in this mode that's kind of different and unique than everyone else. And my life is still unique and different than everyone else. I just do things differently. I don't follow certain formalities that I feel like don't serve human connection. I have, tattoos. I'm about to go live on a farm. I walk around off leash around LA with my dog and everyone looks at us. My life is still always crazy and in the fringes, so that's what makes me comfortable. But no longer being a full-time traveler, it's like there was this narrative and story around being like, I'm Jackson, I'm a bike traveler, I've been on the road 2 years, I started in Alaska. That some of it's annoying when I have to explain it a million times, but a part of it I like, that I live really differently than everyone else, and it's intense and I have good stories to tell, and I still have all of that, but I enjoy being on an adventure. And even though, again, my life is still an adventure, it's just not the bike trip adventure. So I've had to like surrender transitioning back into a life where I'm just not a full-time bike traveler anymore, even though I've been saying that narrative for 2 years now, so long. So that's been a little bit of a transition, I guess, to come back to that reality. What else do I got for you guys around the pluses or minuses of not being on bike life? Let's talk about LA. How do I feel being back in the United States? Some people are saying, why are you going to move out of the United States again? You really love Central America. What do you like about it? What's good about the States? I've been here a week now. it's 1,000,000% clear to me that I already miss Costa Rica. I miss the Central American vibe. I miss the Spanish. I miss the infrastructure, the lack of kind of rules and organization. I miss everything because I love Central America. That's why I'm gonna move there. So it's been great visiting, but I can already tell with such clarity that this is not the country or the place for me. LA is awesome. I've gone to a yoga studio, meditation class, kirtan. The grocery stores are ridiculously stocked with good, fresh vegan food. The farmers markets are great. I am not hating on LA. LA is an incredible place to live. It's just not for me compared to the lifestyle I can live in Central America, where everything is half as cheap. It's just easier to accomplish things. There's not as much bureaucracy. There's not as many rules. There's not as many taxes. And I'm pro-taxes when it comes to creating social programs and taxing the rich. But you know what I mean. Just every little thing in Costa Rica makes it kind of easier for my goals, which is to live really freely, to grow fruit, to live in nature, to be warm all the time, and to accomplish my goals. And doing it as cheaply as possible is a real benefit because I can build more epic structures and do more with the land. Wow, she's happy to be here though. But don't worry, Maggie, we're gonna have a pool when we move to Costa Rica someday. I'll build a pool. It's not gonna look like this one, but it'll still be a pool. So being in LA, especially, and where I live in LA, you know, it's fast paced, there's traffic everywhere, you get parking tickets easily. Everyone's just like on their really intense missions, so not everyone is as friendly. If you like make a little stupid move when you're driving, people honk at you and get mad at you to a different degree than they do in Costa Rica and Central America. It's just accepted to like kind of be human down there and to make mistakes, and not everything's perfect and organized, and that's expected down there. Whereas here it's like it's a problem if you're like out of the flow, I feel like. It just like, yeah, there's just a certain anxiety and trigger being in this country and in this place that I just feel like I can't be my crazy self as much, and that might just be in my head, and it might be a combination of in my head and in reality. I just don't feel as free and like I can just do what I feel like I want to do in the moment. And everything's more expensive, obviously. It's so dry here. My lips are so dry. I mean, it barely ever rains. It probably rains like 10 or 15 days a year in Los Angeles versus like 100 or more in Costa Rica. So it's the desert. There's not as much vibrant, lush life. It's dry. I mean, this backyard is beautiful because it gets maintained. But, you know, we're in the desert here. If you want to grow fruit trees, you need a lot of water. It's expensive. You might not get it. It's just, I can't really accomplish my goals here. So it's been great to visit. Love the friends, love the family. But to be honest, I don't love as much, you know, having to make all these plans. Like, all my friends want to see me. I want to see my friends. But just like all day I've been doing plans and having it all be booked up, and I just love being in a place where kind of no one knows me and I can just do whatever I want with my day and have a bit more control over it versus a place where I'm accountable to friends and family and all this stuff. And you guys might think that sounds narcissistic or ego-based, that I just like to do what I want to do all day, but no, it's just a different way to live. Some people like lunches and meetings and going to class all day, and you're always booked with external activities. I'm an introvert. I like to be able to walk around with Maggie, draw for hours, make art, write, and do kind of things to my own beat of my own drum, minute to minute. And out here, I know so many people, so I can't really achieve that way of life, whereas over there, it's much easier for me. And it's just crazy, like, the food. Some food is really good here, like the stone fruit and the veggies are good, but, you know, driving down the street, there's no roadside watermelon stands or mango stands or, you know, cool varieties of bananas. It's just a bit more, it's way more commercial, way more corporate. You could even say less organic here, even though there's more like organic packaged products in the store. It's just not as much of a natural local food culture because, again, we're in the desert. People don't have land here. Even if you did, you can't grow the same food because we are in the desert. So that's my vibe on LA, being home, super grateful. It's so much fun, but we are excited to go back. If all goes to plan, we'll head back at the end of this month. Who knows what will happen though? Anything could happen in the next couple of weeks that could keep me here longer or go somewhere else, because I truly live moment to moment and I like it better that way. I don't have any 100% solid reasons why I need to go back to Costa Rica, other than that's just where I want to be. So if the plan continues, I'll be there in a couple weeks, and if it changes, I will let you guys know. Much love, Dream Extreme.